What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare Beta on BlackTideTV. So let's talk about enemy player detection and the minimap radar in Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer now that we've had the experience of the PlayStation 4 open beta. Infinity Ward has been kicking ass with their reception of the criticism from the community from this first weekend of the beta. They've been quashing bugs, they've been doing their best, but the biggest conversation I still see happening online has to do with enemy detection and the minimap radar in particular. Infinity Ward originally wanted to have no minimap at all, no static minimap anyways, until you earned one through score streaks, kill streaks, by getting a personal radar, UAV, or advanced UAV. That is how you would get access to the minimap. They didn't want a minimap because it isn't exactly realistic and it does clutter up the screen a little bit. It's just a design choice. They didn't want to have a minimap in the game. Of course, the community freaked out. Before they even had hands on the alpha, people were freaking out that there was no minimap. The alpha came out and there was no minimap in the alpha, which is, I mean, it makes sense. It was only 2v2 gunfights. I wouldn't imagine that there would even be a minimap in 2v2 gunfights. That seems kind of crazy. Alas, along comes early access day one to the PlayStation 4 open beta, and the community is having a shit fit. There's no minimap. How do you expect me to find my enemies? With my eyeballs? How dare you? And that is without mentioning the numerous tools Infinity Ward has worked hard to bring us to replace our necessity for that minimap. They've implemented a Call of Duty Black Ops 4 blackout style compass across the top of the screen that displays red dots in the direction of enemy fire, as well as a blue teammate outline so that you can always see where your allies are through walls and judge your spawns from that. Now, I'll be the first to admit that friendly outlines weren't implemented very well and became distracting very quickly. If you had an enemy standing between yourself and a teammate, the teammate friendly outline behind that enemy would likely overpower your vision of the enemy himself, which would often lead to your death. It was the cause of a lot of my deaths in the early parts of the beta. But they quickly changed this. They brought the minimap back, but the minimap doesn't work the same way it did before. It doesn't show you red dots when people are firing anymore, and they also took away the teammate outlines. The gameplay that you're seeing is actually from in between, so they had a day where they brought back the minimap and they kept the outlines, and now they've kept the minimap and they're getting rid of the outlines. They're experimenting. They're trying to figure out what works, and that's what I'm trying to figure out here in this video as well. I think the outlines were poorly implemented. We should get rid of them altogether. But my problem with the minimap in its current state is that it completely renders the personal radar kill streak absolutely useless. In the beta, we had access to the personal radar and the UAV. Before there was a minimap, using either of these kill streaks would pop up the minimap and give you additional information like UAV sweeps or personal radar tagging. The personal radar is a small helicopter that flies in the air above whatever player calls it in. Now, there is a negative to the personal radar that not too many people are talking about. The negative is that whenever you're in the radius of the personal radar of an enemy personal radar, you can hear the helicopter. You can see the helicopter, you can shoot down the helicopter, but you can also hear the helicopter when that enemy gets close. It gets worse. Giving all players access to a standard minimap radar renders the personal radar killstreak an even greater detriment to its users because you can see the enemy personal radar helicopters on the minimap. You can see the helicopter, you can hear the helicopter. It's so easy to find enemies that are using a personal radar, and all it does is ping a couple of enemies that are in their location for a very brief amount of time and only for them. At this point, you might as well not use the personal radar at all and stick to the UAV. It won't give away your position. It provides recon for the entire team. I'm 90% sure it lasts longer, and it sweeps the entirety of the map and not just the area local to you. So why wouldn't you go for one more kill to earn a UAV over a personal radar? See, to me, the personal radar before, when there was no constant minimap, had a lot more value. It gave you the map knowledge that you would need. It gave you that extra bit of recon over your enemies that would be struggling to find their way around the map maybe. The personal radar before had a use, and now all it does is give away your position. I don't personally care if there is a constant minimap in the full game or not. I'm totally fine with using hardline and after only 2 kills earning a personal radar to gain an instant edge over my enemies. However, if Infinity Ward chooses to implement the minimap into the full game, personal radar More like pointless radar. Am I right? I'll be here all week. But that is it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think of the minimap controversy in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Do you want it? Do you not want it? In the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can check out my links to my Discord, my Twitter, my Twitch, all in the description down below. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.